with only one purpose: to infect and feed on the living. Steele rose a hand to his head. His heart punished his cranium with every beat. His fingertips ran across crusted blood that had dried into his matted-down blonde hair. "Ow!" he growled. Panic welled inside him as he gingerly felt the long gash that ran across his scalp, starting from his widow's peak to the back of his skull. "Oh my God, I am fucked up. How did this happen?" he mumbled to himself. His refuge, the Mount Eden Emergency Operations Facility, had fallen under a horde of dead flesh from the District of Columbia. His group had escaped on a Macomb Airport mobile lounge west into West Virginia. Appalachian Mountains. Where are Gwen, Mauser, and Joseph? Heavy moaning drew his dazed attention. The calls of the infected were followed by footsteps that grew louder. Their footsteps were the sound of bare feet dragging behind broken bodies. He sat upright. The world around him spun faster, causing his stomach to turn like an all-night bender. His head demanded he lay back down, but he forced himself to sit. Concussion. An infected woman walked down the shoulder of the road, stumbling with the slope. The woman, now a monster, had been a relatively good-looking 30-year-old woman when she was alive. Now, pale gray skin stretched over her face, and her hair hung in an unkempt, stringy, damp mess stuck to her neck. Her lips and the skin around her mouth were gone, exposing bloody black gums and teeth. Her ripped, long-sleeved shirt revealed a bare breast and stomach, and her jeans were stained and torn. Her stench was horrid, forcing him to retreat backwards on his elbows like a crab. Unable to keep her feet in the rough terrain, she tumbled down the shoulder face first into the ditch. Falling did not stop her, and she ripped off her fingernails as she clawed the rugged gravel, hauling her lifeless body behind her. Her tenacity was an inhuman desire for flesh. His hands grasped desperately for anything to fight the fiend, a stick or a rock to fight with, but dead leaves crinkled in his hopeless hands and turned to dust between his fingers. "Ah!" she moaned as she clawed through the rock-filled grass. "Fuck!" He threw a kick at her face. His uncoordinated sock-clad foot slid off the side of her head. Her head turned with his foot, and her teeth chomped viciously near his toes. "Get back!" he tried to say. His words came out jumbled and thick, like his mouth was full of wool. The weight was there. He hadn't noticed it at first. It was a pressure near his hip. Metal pushed down into his skin as if it tried to brand him. The grating weight of his spring-operated blade was wedged inside the waistband of his boxer briefs. The knife twanged as he ripped it free, the clip releasing its hold on the waistband. He frantically pressed the silver button, and the blade reluctantly slung out. A mere fraction of a second passed in slow motion. Her ruined, dirt-caked hands clawed up his body. The woman's teeth clacked closed, and she opened her mouth wide. With his free hand, he pulled her hair up, his grasp slipping with grease and grime. Her jaw worked, spit flying from mouth, death for him her only desire. Punching his arm out, he thrust the knife into the infected woman's eye. Black blood spurted from her milky white eye and ran down her face like gooey mascara. Her body quivered a bit, then relaxed, all fight gone from her. He pulled his knife free and lay back down, exhausted. His lungs burnt like he sucked in fire instead of air. Heavy-laden footsteps thumped across the pavement. More infected. A pack or more was on their way. They were honed in on his living presence. Gritting his teeth, he willed himself upward, using a nearby white pine to bear his weight. They moaned as they marched past. From his view below the roadway, the heads and shoulders of the infected bobbed unnaturally as they walked. "I can't fight. Too many." He moved behind the tree and let the living dead pass. "Where are my friends?" He waited, and seconds turned to minutes as he tried to hold his breath. Peering from behind his thin tree, he made sure they were gone and stepped up onto the two-laner. He gripped his knife, shoulders hunkering down in a fighting stance. His steps were short and calculated, as if he navigated ice. A big circular bloodstain smeared the center of the two lanes. Before the outbreak, Steele would have thought someone hit a deer, but in the world's current state, he knew someone had died there. Steele looked for the victim, fearing whom he might find. Please let it not be them. Scanning the surroundings warily, the trees shuddered. The wind howled through rocks and branches.